What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Pitching Ninja's filthiest pitches of the day. Remember, before we get to those pitches, hit that subscribe button, join Ninja Nation right now. And without further ado, here are my filthiest pitches of the day. I'm going to start with Luis Severino, who had 3 strikeouts and 6 scoreless innings, thanks in part to this nasty cutter and this slider. Jose Berrios had 6 strikeouts and 6 innings, and had these filthy curveballs. This is prime Berrios curveball stuff. When he's on, that curveball is cartoon-like. Corey Kluber had 5 Ks and 6 scoreless innings, thanks to this cutter and his 2-seamers. Lance Lynn didn't have a good outing, gave up 5 runs in 5 innings, but he was still entertaining. First, he Ks the last hitter of an inning and lets out a big F-bomb. And then next, he Ks the last hitter of an inning and has the greatest K strut maybe in pitching history. Lance gives the term junk baller an entirely different meaning, going full Leslie Chow from The Hangover here. He's got some big dick and big Kenny Powers energy. The big man is insane. You'll definitely be seeing this in the Pitching Ninja Awards at the end of the year. Josiah Gray was dominant yesterday, mostly with his breaking balls. He had 11 strikeouts in 6 innings, giving up only 4 hits. He's got a 45.3% whiff rate on his slider and a 36.7% whiff rate on his curveball, and you can see why. Max Fried had 4 strikeouts in 6 scoreless innings, thanks to his curveball, his slider, and this nasty changeup. Max's ERA this season, 2.52. Adrian Sampson had this nasty slider, but was really overshadowed by the dominance of Corbin Burnes. Burnes continues to stay in the race for back-to-back Cy Youngs with 10 strikeouts and only 3 hits in 7 scoreless innings, lowering his ERA to 2.2. He had these sick cutters and curveballs and barrel-locking sliders. Check out this K on 3 consecutive cutters, and heck, even his changeup was filthy. Here's a cutter and changeup overlay, and you can see why this combination is really tough. They start on the corner of the plate and then go in different directions. Corbin Burnes is so freaking good. Now, we always talk about his cutter, but he's got a 45% whiff rate on his curveball. So many weapons, and you can see why he has a .89 whip this season. But my filthiest pitcher of the day, that was Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani had 10 strikeouts in 7 innings, given up only 2 hits, and is now up to 28 2/3 consecutive innings without giving up an earned run. Amazing. The man is a living superhero. 101-mile-an-hour fastballs. He had this White Castle special. I know we always talk about Shohei's splitter, but these sliders were breaking up to 20 inches. 20 inches of horizontal break. The plate is only 17 inches wide. And don't overlook his curveball, which was absolutely knee-buckling. Look at these. And if you're not convinced of the magic of Shohei yet, check out this Expelliarmus splitter. You're a wizard, Shohei.
Expelliarmus!
Here's an amazing 3-pitch overlay of Shohei's 100-mile-an-hour fastball, his 92-mile-an-hour splitter, and an 86-mile-an-hour slider. Good freaking luck trying to hit this. You can see why he averages 12.3 strikeouts per 9 innings. And this game featured more than just Shohei's pitching. He even drove in 2 runs and stole a base, making him the first player in history to strike out 10, drive in 2 runs, and steal a base in the same game. And if that wasn't enough, he even sang on the mound. He has a voice just like Beaker from the Muppets. He river danced, and after his outing, he even checked his Twitter account to make sure he was featured by Pitching Ninja, which he definitely was. He also became the 8th pitcher ever to strike out 40 or more hitters, give up no earned runs over 4 starts. Now, while it's unlikely that he can overtake Shane McClanahan in the Cy Young race, it's not impossible, and I won't put anything by Shohei. His ERA this season, 2.44. Now on to my filthiest relievers. Jordan Romano had these overpowering fastballs. Jorge Lopez had this changeup, and I love Adley Rutschman here after this K. He looks more excited than Lopez. I love my catchers bringing the energy. Jesse Chavez had this disgusting changeup. Sam Long had this wicked curveball. Liam Hendriks had this nasty slider, and I love his celebration in an 8-8 game. Just getting a K to end the inning, he brings the energy. Lastly, cue the trumpets, Edwin Diaz eviscerated the side in his only inning of work. And now, my pitching ninja moment of zen. It's Angel Hernandez getting warmed up to absolutely butcher some calls. What is up, Ninja Nation? My picks of the day today are for Spencer Strider to have 9 Ks or more, and for Logan Webb to have 8 Ks or more. Spencer Strider's still living off the adrenaline of his pitching ninja interview, so I expect him to use that for good and rack up a lot of Ks. No, seriously, he's pitching at home. I like him feeding off the energy of the crowd, and he's a strikeout machine. So, 9 Ks or more, absolutely doable. As for Logan Webb, his strikeouts are down a little bit this year, but 3 of his last 4 outings have been really good. He had a solid outing against the Padres in April, and I expect him to put it together tonight and have 8 strikeouts or more.